interview preparations. The HSE interview preparation is an art. When the people for good HSE career opportunities, you must have a proper skill of giving the HSE interviews in a professional way. Because each and every industry, they will ask in different type of questions. When you see the construction industry, the questions are different. When you see the oil and gas, the question is different. The manufacturing, and then the facility management, service industries. So the questions will vary because the nature of job, nature of hazard and risk involved. So each and every job is required a special attention. But when you are a safety officer or HSE officer, whoever it may be, but you have to try your level best to give. So when you already selected through the CV selection, after the CV selection, there will be a interview round. So first you have to think the which job they are offering, and also the what kind of industry it is, what's their background, what are the hazard and risk involved for that job. These are all the things you must know before going for an interview. So when the people conducting the interview means, first you have to check what type of industries, whether it's a heavy industries, oil and gas, or facility management, construction industries, whatever it may be. But you have to be very, very, very concentrate on company's nature of job. So the nature of job is how much it's a hazard and risk involved. When you go oil and gas industry, the questions are different. When you go construction industry, questions are different. But you have to think logic questions. So mostly the people ask the logic questions, and also the technical terms, technical knowledge. That's what the people expecting. For example, they will ask the risk assessments. So how you will do risk assessments? So what are the different segments of risk assessments? So what will be the quantitative risk assessments? What is hazard? What is risk? How you can, contain the risk? So after the control measures, what will be the residual risk level? So these are the questions are common when it's come to the risk assessments. Then when you see the construction industry, they will ask about the heavy equipments. For example, crane operations, forklift operations, then scaffolding, then the working at height, then demolition, then how you can handle the construction industry safety. Then they will ask about the construction industry overall, the risk assessments. So you have to think when you are going for an interview, you have to check which type of industry, what type of questions you can expect, and how you have to deliver the answers. That's important. When you are a construction industry, you must have a knowledge of the heavy equipments, then construction hazard and risks. So there are construction hazard and risks are more than any other industries, because scaffolding, they will ask the scaffolding, different types of scaffolding, and the distances of scaffolding. Then what are the safety parameters of the scaffolding? So these things you can easily make yourself. Then when you have a crane operations, so you must have the knowledge of loading, the front load. So how you can calculate the loading for crane operations? So what are the components of, or what are the components of the crane? Then what are the major skills required for the crane operations? The same forklift operations. So how you can conduct the risk assessments? They will ask some scenarios in construction industries risk assessments. For example, in a construction industry, somewhere the digging happening. So in that case, what will be the risk assessments? What are your control measures? So these type of questions they will ask. So the mostly these HSE interviews questions are logic questions. Instead of one line questions, they will ask, in case you are a safety officer, 2-3 persons are got an incident, then a person got severe injury, a person got minimum injury, then what's your role? How you handle? In case of fire, how you will handle? In case of any environmental issues, how you will handle? So these are the logic type of questions. Normally the HSE interview panel, they will ask about these questions. So you have to make sure you have to give the answers. That answers must be logic, and all safety precautions must be applied in that. When you are answering the logic and proper safety precautions, so they are expecting the proactive safety measures questions. So what are the proactive steps you will do, and how will you train the people? These kind of questions normally you can expect. How you will train the people, and also what kind of safety awareness you will give the all people. So how you can communicate safety information throughout the industry. These are the common questions they will ask. So then what kind of different techniques, safety training techniques you will use for training the new laborers, new workers? So that things you must have a proper knowledge in that. So you have to give the logic answers. In case of accident, what you will do? In case of minor accident, what you will do? Then how you can control the situations? So these are the logic questions. You have to answer proactive safety measures. In this proactive safety measures, you can improve, you can give the answers in a logic way. Then you have to use more technical words, safety technical words, hazard, risk, then aspect, impact, fire alarm, firefighting systems, fire extinguishers, PPEs, personal protective equipments. safety horn, then safety helmets, safety boots. So there are so many technical words are there. When you are there for an interview, you have to use the more logic, proactive and technical words during the interview. So as I said, in the construction industry, what will be the procedure in that? What are the questions you will expect? They will ask about the more logic questions instead of more technical questions, like people expect what is accident, what is incident, then how LTA, the last time injury, you can calculate. So these are the questions normally people expect, but in a way sorry, in a way people never expect simple word questions nowadays. Nowadays, the more logic questions, the scenario, they will create a scenario and ask the questions. For example, in case of fire, what will be your role in that? In case of environmental issues, what will be your role? So these are the logic questions they will ask. Apart from the initial stage question, as I said, crane operation, forklift operations, and handling the hazard waste. So these are the questions are common. When it comes to the construction industry, they will ask the different types of hazards. For example, the using the bulldozers or demolition. So during the demolition, what will be the hazard? What will be the risk? What is the risk assessments? What are the control measures? Then what will be the residual risk levels? So these questions they normally ask for construction industries. Then what about the oil and gas? So the normally the construction industry highly hazardous industry. But when it's come to the oil and gas, it's a hazardous industry. So the oil and gas industries, they are expecting the more reputation question and answers. So the reputation means they will expect the more technical answers and they will ask technical questions from the people. So the oil and gas side, you have to think more about the proactive measures and also the hazards involved for oil and gas. So in this, they will ask about the confined space. So what will be the confined space? What is confined space? Permit to work system. The radiation. So what is radiation? And then how you can protect from the radiative waves, radiation waves. Then what is H2S, hydrogen sulfide? In that oil and gas, how you can protect from the H2S? So these are the questions normally for oil and gas. Questions are different. What are the different types of zones? So what is how you can move, how you can yourself protect from the hazardous gases. Then the risk assessments, as I said. Then job safety analysis, permit to work system, the environmental aspect impact, how to conduct the environmental aspect impact. For oil and gas, the risk level is more. So based on that, they will ask more questions, chemical safety, about MSDs, material safety data sheets, They will ask about the particular chemical, about the material safety data sheets. So, oil and gas side, you have to think about radiations, MSDs, then H2S, H2S different levels, then risk management, process management, waste management, overall chemical management. So these questions normally ask when it's come to the oil and gas. In this oil and gas, people required more technical information from you. So that's why technicality very important. They will ask about the process management, HASAF, HASID, what is GASAF, what is GASID. These kind of process management questions they will ask for oil and gas industries. Then confined space. In that confined space, what are the precautions you have to follow? Then chemical management, says the MST, material safety data management. How you can follow that one? Overall, how the H2S management, what are the different types of zones you have for H2S? Then, what are the mandatory PPEs? So, one side, job safety analysis they will ask. Then the process of permit to work flow. Process of permit to work flow. Then risk assessments after the control measures, how you can contain the residual risk in oil and gas industries. So these are the questions are mostly they will ask logic questions. In case of H2S leakage, what will be your immediate actions? How you can contain? So these questions for oil and gas, it's a logic questions. You have to answer in a logic way, proactive way for giving the proper answer to the interview persons, interview team. So overall oil and gas industries required more technical informations for permit to work, then HSE induction, accidents, incidents, near misses. The differences you must know. What is accident? What is incident? What is near misses? Is it near misses is important? They will ask. So how you communicate the safety, awareness to all people? They will ask the logic questions. So these questions definitely you must have a proper experience and knowledge. It's not only get it from the books or net, but when you have a proper training, when you have a proper experience, then you can easily give the answers. So for that only I am continuously insisting, even though you have a diploma, degree or certifications, but you must have a proper experience. When you go to the whatever industry it may be, but you have to be thoroughly experienced in that industry. Then only you can answer in any kind of interview. So when you are giving the proper logic answer, then only the interviewer satisfied. It's a 50% technical, 50% logic, we can say. So 50% you must have you have to expect the logic and technical question answers. So that you must know it. This interview preparation we will see in some other live sessions, part 2. So this is part 1. We have seen two industry, construction and oil and gas industry. We will see in next session other industries. So thank you very much for watching this live session, for continuous support. Still you didn't subscribe this HSE Mindset channel. Subscribe, share it, like it, promote this channel. This is HSE exclusive channel. You will get lot of informations in this video session itself, live session. There are like lot of training videos are there. Definitely it will help you to improve your standard and knowledge and update your overall HSE knowledge. So we will see in our next live session the HSE interview preparation for other industries. Today we have seen construction and oil and gas. Thank you very much.